Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another nerdy episode of another nerdy talk show where we talk nerd. Oh! That's all I got. That's all I got in terms of an intro today and stuff. Alright, so the usual rounds tonight here. I'm joined by my co-host, Miss Bright Idea, and her boyfriend, Wenthel. So, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. How about you?
Yeah. We are doing lovely tonight. I am so happy to have my computer back. Yay! It's been 2 weeks and I missed it so much.
Yay. I kind of spaced out there for a second there. I forgot to I'm sorry, I spaced out there for a moment there. I forgot to play the clapping crowd sound effect. I apologize. But
Yeah, it's funny that you spaced out because that's the problem with the computer. It had a space bug because any text field I would click into, it would just keep filling up with spaces by itself. It was like a ghost possessed it or something. But now it does not do that anymore.
Oh my god. So
my computer no longer spaces out.
Oh my god. It's like, so what? It never plays that one episode of Fairly Odd Parents? All three of them? Do you remember that?
Wait,
There was
no.
Okay, there was Fairly Odd Parents Spaced Out. There was Spaced Out, Totally Spaced Out, and Super Totally Spaced Out. I forgot what the other ones was. It's all clear to me.
Those are different levels of spaced out.
Yes. Anyway, welcome to tonight's episode here.
Yeah, it's been a...
Now, before we begin here, I do have an announcement. Hey there, Nicholas. Next weekend, we will be bringing in a new person to be interviewed. As you know, we just finished our interview with Jackie Neiman Jones 2 weeks ago. Tomorrow, we're going to be bringing... not tomorrow. Next Sunday, we're going to be doing an interview with the person who made the sequel, Tanya Atomic, who made Manos Returns. And it's going to be a good time. We're looking forward to it. We're actually going to be doing another autograph contest. Keep your eyes open for that. We'll make a video. It'll probably go up after this. And yeah, pretty much that. Nothing else I can think of. Everybody's good with that.
Like the interview with Jackie was such a blast that I'm looking forward to speaking with Tanya next weekend.
Yes, yes, you're gonna have a lot of questions there, whether it be something on the set, the new story, her life with Manos and everything like there. And, the usual stuff there. So keep your eyes open for that. You'll find more information. Like I said, we'll post a video for our chance at autograph. Just sit tight. Excuse me. It will be fine. It's going to be good. Good. Just submit your questions. You'll get a chance there. Okay? Okay. I'm Matt Gutgain. Yeah, there's that going on there. Cruiser's probably gonna repeat the thing when he finally bursts in the middle of nowhere. Granted all that stuff going on. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what to talk about in the beginning? I don't know. We got a caller, so...
Yeah, well, what nerdy stuff? Yeah.
Yes, you're not in General 1, actually, Nicholas. You're in Edvin's editing room. You're supposed to be on Ants. Okay, let's see there. Yeah, let's see what we got. There, Nicholas Rogers, you're on Ants. Welcome to the show.
Beginning. I don't know. We got a caller. So.
Yeah, well, what nerdy stuff?
Dude, I need you to...
can anybody...
We can hear you. I just need you to mute the Twitch feed so that way we don't echo.
Okay. So you want me to close out Twitch so it doesn't keep echoing and just keep Discord?
Well, yeah. Just put Discord on there and just mute the Twitch one. You just got to turn the volume all the way down, so that way we don't hear us being recorded in the background. And just makes that huge beeping noise.
Okay. Okay, that should do it. I just closed Twitch.
Okay, that's cool. How you doing tonight, Mr. Nicholas Rogers?
Say that again.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm great. We're great. Are you
Well.
I mean, Bright's got her computer back. I got a usual good week and, usual stuff there. But,
yeah, I'm planning to I'm actually planning to do an internship soon. I'm sorry, an internship.
Really, where
I
at?
can get that lined out.
Really, where at? Where at?
DC, Washington, DC.
Nice, man. That's really cool.
Washington, D.C.?
And Evan, and also I want to touch base with you. I know I tried to message you last week through Discord, letting you know, hey, I'm asking you, hey, can we talk? I just want to touch base with you. That's all, because remember when I first reached out to you, if you remember.
I probably don't. I usually have my Discord, my personal Discord's a little private.
Oh, it is because okay because when I first reached out to you, we were communicating via email, and I sent you my voice demo and everything. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I got you down, man. I really do. Like we haven't had anything that's been coming up. Like I said, if you have anything up there, I'll shoot you a message.
Okay, thank you. And if you know of anybody, that you can connect me to, you can also connect me with them too.
Hey, Bright, I got a voice actor for you.
Yeah, I'm just doing my own stuff for now with like some collabs here and there, but cool.
It's Brian.
Have you voiced in anything yet as a voice actor, young man or sir? I don't know.
I haven't. I haven't. I'm working on it. I've done my own stuff, and that was me sending you my voice clips. And I also did something. I also did it. I also tried to do an audiobook. And I also tried doing like an audiobook, but that got deleted. And I'm also a few companies and organizations have the same voice clips that I sent you. They have me in the file, so yeah.
Like I said, Mal, if I have anything that opens up, I'll let you know. I mean, with Mystery Brony Theater's World, we are going to be needing some extras for voices, and I'll definitely hit you up once the script's done, we get everything ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Sounds good.
Of course.
Sounds good. Right. So I'm just happy I got to I'm getting to maintain the relationship with you instead of you forgetting about me completely. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no, man, I completely won't forget anything else there. Like I said, I just usually don't respond because there's nothing really much for me to respond to. I mean, like the messages are a little bit automatic, so yeah.
Yeah. So you just treat it like a case by case basis. What you're saying?
Yeah, basically, man. Man, like I said, I haven't forgotten you. I just haven't had anything up to grabs lately.
I understand. It's all a process. It's not going to happen immediately. It's all a matter of patience. It's not going to happen immediately.
Yeah, I hear you. It's not a big deal, man.
So anyway, how are you guys holding up during the pandemic?
Well,
Safe, and people we know, like my family is still safe and healthy.
Me too.
That's good.
Me too. Yeah. Evan, were you at BronyCon 2019? Just asking.
Yes, I was.
Yeah,
because I was there too. And that's how I got in contact with you. Even though we didn't meet directly in person, I picked up the Shaded Studios business card, and that's how I got in contact with you. Because I live in Baltimore.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes, I live in Maryland. Yes.
It's really good, man. I mean, like I used to have a place in Rehoboth I used to live in Aston, PA, at my time, but I was able to go to Baltimore a lot. But what's it like living in near the big city?
Oh, in Baltimore is what you're asking?
Yeah.
Oh, Baltimore is like a mixed bag. It's actually, how should I put this? Baltimore is somewhat dangerous. I mean, you got to be careful. Let's just say you got to be careful because Baltimore is often stereotyped as listed as one of those most dangerous cities in the United States.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I mean, like I think all big cities are dangerous in general, but like yeah, I've heard stuff about Baltimore. I usually we had to travel around in groups. Like me and Aria Diamond, we went to the Hard Rock cafe during there. She refused to let anybody go out alone. It was crazy.
Yeah, and also I have Twitter too, by the way. I also found you guys on Twitter too.
Really? Thanks.
Yeah. yeah. So my Twitter, and you guys can also write this down or put it in your notes or anything. Or something to write with or something to record. So my Twitter is Nicholas Tweet 12.
Nicholas 2012. Okay, cool.
No, not Nicholas 2012. Nicholas Tweet 12, as in the tweets that you put out on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas, my name, then tweet, and then the number 12, and you should.
Okay, cool. I got that written down. I'll keep it in mind if I can. Stop by.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah, feel free. And what's your name again? You in the blue tank top. What's your name again?
Bright idea.
Bright
idea.
I say bright idea.
She has
bright idea.
She has bright
Oh,
ideas.
okay.
Like, I just got a bright idea. It's a light bulb.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. So,
I mean, it says right there on the Discord chat. You should see right there.
yeah, to the left of my screen. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, thanks for joining.
Sorry,
go on.
Yes. Still there?
Oh, I'm still here.
Okay, it sounded like you were going to say something, but okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
It's cool. It's perfectly cool.
Anyway, I'm almost done with school. I got 2 more semesters left, and so yeah. And you said you started Shaded Studios when you were in college, Evan?
Actually, I started in high school in 2008. Actually, I've been making movies for almost 10 plus years.
Oh, okay. Okay, and you've been doing this since your high school years?
8th grade to be precise, man.
Nice. And nice. So you have so you turned your passion into your living.
Yep, for the most part. I mean, like I only make a living like little bit with like commission work and everything like that. That like I went to film school at Full Sail University. Now you know why I work at the Disney parks. Anyway, but yeah, like I went there and God damn, I gotta get off YouTube on my iPad. I went there and been able to turn my passion to something huge. Like the more I learn, the more better. Like I don't really make a lot of revenue off YouTube, but like, you know, it's still a passion I'm proud of. It really is. I like to explore and see what I can do just for the sake of entertainment.
Yeah.
You don't do for the money. You do for the passion.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, the finances are good, but don't do it purely just for that. I mean, the finances are good. I mean, some people only just do something just to gain notoriety and profit, which is wrong, by the way.
I hear you. Anyway.
I mean, like.
I hear you. Anyway, I want to thank you for coming on, man. Enjoyed the conversation.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, thank you. You want me to go? You want me to sign off now?
Yeah, I gotta kind of move on with the show there. But dude, I love talking to you. Really good stuff there. Stay in touch. You have potential, man.
Of course. And you have my email address, and I think I may have given you my Google Voice number. That number I sent you by email was my Google Voice number.
Yeah, you did. I won't say it out loud on the stream, but I got you. You gave it all to me.
Okay. Thank you, Evan.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
No problem. You have a good night. What a nice boy. What did I say something?
Like a teenager?
Eh?
I couldn't tell.
I can't.
It's like, you know, at a certain point, it's hard to tell just by voice alone.
I hear you. God, I got this gummy bear that I put on my wine. It's just too delicious. I never thought that was... Okay, sweet red wine. Sweet red wine. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Yeah.
With
sweet red wine, no.
I put that with the strawberry gummy bears, and they're delicious.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. He's got an internship in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say it was for?
I don't think he said what it was for. Just Washington, D.C.
That's cool.
couldn't tell whether, like, and he said he was a voice actor, and he sent in a demo reel or something?
Yeah, he sent me a demo reel a long time ago. He's been checking in quite a lot, but yeah, he sent me a demo reel. He's got some good voices. I have to take a look again, see what he could do there. But yeah, like I said, I am going to be collecting a lot of extras for World Part 2, and it's going to be a good time. Like, I've got a lot there. Especially if I can find someone who could speak a written down, like, foreign language that I have to make up. Which honestly is going to be the hardest part there. I gotta make up a language that for this certain amount of characters.
Yeah. Yeah, making up a language from scratch. Good luck with that.
What do you mean?
Well, like, I'm thinking of languages that, like, fictional languages that exist, like Klingon or Elvish or, like, anything like that, and how...
Hi, Valerian.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about Klingon karaoke?
No.
Okay, it was like 6 years ago. Bruce and I were at Sci-Fi Bartow where he was vending. I was filming him as a Dalek. Not one of his best creations, and he's agreed with me on that. He just, except for his phrase, instead of saying exterminate, he just ran around yelling pop and deflate. Anyway, they had this,
Pop and deflate?
he had this there was this event called Klingon Karaoke where they'd play a song and everybody had to go up on stage and sing it in Klingon.
Wow.
Yeah,
do they have Klingon lyrics? Or do they have to just make up?
They had to just wing it. Hearing a guy sing Margaritaville in Klingon is the best thing you'll ever hear in your life.
So people just, like, singing in gibberish and making as if it's Klingon?
Unless the person actually happens to know Klingon.
Isn't the Klingon language, like, completely, like... I'm not a Star Trek fan, I wouldn't know.
They actually have a written and spoken language now. Like, fans who are like language experts have actually taken the stuff from the shows and the stuff that Roddenberry and them wrote down and compiled the rest of the language. So the Klingon language is a real language.
I mean, they have the Bible translated into Klingon. They have Wikipedia translated into Klingon.
There's a story about a guy who went over to Europe for a Star Trek convention. He met this chick. She only spoke French and Klingon, and he only spoke English and Klingon. At the beginning of the first couple years of their relationship, they spoke in mostly nothing but Klingon as they learned each other's language.
That is adorable.
It's adorable.
That sounds like a precious love story.
Yeah, it sounds adorably weird. I'm gonna say that.
I would watch that movie.
I say adorable, but like I'm thinking of Klingon and just I
would watch that movie because it would have so many like cameos from Star Trek stars as themselves.
That'd be so funny.
Did you ever hear about that idea for a Stan Lee biographical story? Except during it, all the Marvel superhero actors have a cameo in it as like a reflection.
That would be amazing.
That would be great.
I just want to have a Stan Lee movie, period. That's not a documentary, but I don't know who would play Stan Lee.
Ryan Reynolds.
No.
But with no makeup. But playing Stan Lee.
No, he would not make a good.
Stan would approve of that. No, because he wouldn't be dressed as Stan Lee. He wouldn't be sounding like Stan Lee. He might have like the fake mustache and the glasses, but everything else would just be straight up Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of young Stan Lee. He looked good.
Yeah, he looks good for his age. He was a nice dude. I remember what I like his autobiography is a comic book. It's really cool. Like he knew.
Actually, he I've seen pictures of him side by side with who's the guy who plays Spider-Man now? I'm just forgetting.
Which one?
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Like side by side with Tom Holland, he looks just like him.
Oh, Jesus.
Can't really see too well. It's too bright. It's too bright. It's too bright.
Yeah, it's too bright. Dang it.
Bright.
Okay, I'll send it to you, and maybe you could see.
Huh?
I'm gonna send a picture to you. Hold on.
The storm's back.
Hold on.
No.
But nothing but rainy weather here, guys. Nothing but rainy weather. It's not been a hurricane, but it's been rainy.
All
right, so I sent you in Messenger Stan Lee as a young lad next to Tom Holland.
Just say as a young lad. Oh my
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of looks the
Yeah,
same.
like not an old guy, but
Not an old lad, but a young lad.
God, he looks more like.
yeah, doesn't he look like him?
Kind of does. I mean, his head looks a little longer than Tom, which looks a lot more circular.
Yeah, kinda, but it's still funny. He kind of actually looks like Jack Lemmon a little bit when he was in like Some Like It Hot,
Bro,
which we saw recently.
if anybody can play Stan Lee, it's Tom Hanks. Do I know why? Because Tom Hanks can.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because Tom Hanks can literally play anybody, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he played Walt Disney. He played Mr. Rogers. Heck yeah, he can play Stanley.
Yeah, you can see him as a
Is
young
it bad
Stan
that now I want to make a biography starring Tom Hanks? Where
Oh!
Tom Hanks plays Nicolas Cage? Because I think Tom Hanks would be able to Nicolas Cage better than Nicolas Cage can Nicolas Cage.
I'm pretty. Is that a challenge? Is that a straight on challenge?
It is. I want to see if Tom Hanks can Nicolas Cage better than Nicolas Cage.
I mean, he's such a good actor. I would watch him in pretty much anything.
Tom Hanks or
I haven't
Nicolas
seen
Cage?
Captain Phillips though. Yeah.
Face Off 2, it's starring Tom Hanks and my brain is stuck. Yeah.
Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. Tom Hanks and Nicolas Cage.
I
They want
need
to
to be
take his
careful.
What about
face
John? What happened to?
off
I need
again.
to be careful about laughing because
Face.
it makes the computer shake.
I can't watch Face Off without bursting out into laughter. It's impossible. Nobody can.
Yeah.
That is one of the best lines in movie history, in my opinion, because it's got that whole gesture and the wild Nicolas Cage bug eyes.
Yeah, when he's grabbing that nun's ass in that one scene.
Yeah.
You know the scene I'm talking about?
Or, I've had these mother effing snakes in this mother effing plane.
Yeah, it's like his eyes just pop off. He's like,
Snakes on the plane is awful.
oh my god.
Iconic
There was
movie line.
I remember there was a Conan O'Brien sketch where what if we just replaced the EAS with just clips of Nicolas Cage? Think about that. The Nicolas Cage emergency
The
alert
EAS?
system. Every single movie's a letter. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like level 1 threat is not the bees. Level 2 threat is him just doing the Ghost Rider. Is him turning into Ghost Rider. It's like fucking him doing the alphabet.
Wow.
Third is like him doing the alphabet.
Yep.
You go, hey, base. Oh my god, Nick.
I love how he can angrily recite the alphabet. Just nobody but Nicolas Cage.
You just can't.
It's an alphabetical order. A, B, C. And he doesn't stop. He just goes through the whole thing.
Oh my god, I want to see Nicolas Cage just like do that fucking. Hold on, I should just. Yeah, Vampire's Kiss. Yes, I remember that one scene where he's just running down the streets. I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I remember for a long time I had one of the highest rated comments on that, and I said, well, granted, he's a better vampire than Edward Cullen, so you know.
That doesn't take much.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. It was interesting. Speaking of vampires, I saw for the first time The Lost Boys.
Really?
Yeah.
I never even...
And man, it's so interesting. I recognize the guy. I forget whether it was Bill and Ted, but he was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Anyway,
Whoever Keanu Reeves wasn't.
I don't know, like,
That dude.
yeah. So
Hey, we're getting another Bill and Ted movie soon.
yeah, that's what they always say. Okay, so this week, I want to point out here, I went to downtown Disney. I'm sorry, Disney Springs. I know it's still in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to be one of the most saddest sights I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
As a cast member, as a guy who misses his work in Tomorrowland, I just want to point out here that the whole thing with us is just like seeing there, everybody's in masks, they have to get the temperature taken, out of the ordinary. But the thing was, the saddest part was the theater. First of all, I like what they do. They have the First Order stormtroopers like maintaining traffic from like balconies. It's really cool. Like, I was trying to get a picture, and one of them points at me saying, hey, you, move along! So they're not afraid to, like, fucking... So, like, I went over there, and the AMC has, like, posters from December still up. It's, like, crazy. Like, you go there, the poster for the Sonic movie and Frozen 2 is still up. It's, like, crazy. So, yeah, that was my...
Traveled back in time. Or like you're stuck in Groundhog Day or something.
No,
I still need to see the Sonic movie.
same here.
It's nice. I mean, I liked it a lot.
Oh, regardless, it's better than the animated one, so yeah. Shots fired.
I want to see it just to support them for the fact that they went and redesigned the hedgehog to
Mhm.
not look like something out of a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, I loved the way that they did Sonic, the character, and Jim Carrey was just like awesome as always, or usual,
Well,
as Eggman.
I did kind of hope that for a special feature on the DVD, you'd be able to watch it with the original version of the hedgehog too.
Why not?
Yeah.
They
At least the scenes that were already shot.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
They actually recently found the Seth Green cut of Mars Needs Moms. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about,
Say what?
okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've heard of that movie. It's one of the worst. It was the movie that literally
I
destroyed.
don't know if Mars Needs Moms. Yeah.
Okay,
I never saw it. I've just seen reviews of
It's
it
a bad.
and how awful it was.
I have seen it. It is not a good movie. I mean, there's a reason why it destroyed Zemeckis' movie motion capture studio. I'm gonna say that. But like, apparently in the original for the kid, what they did was they motion tracked Seth Green to for his like face and everything.
Yeah.
And originally in the trailers, Seth Green was the voice of the boy, but it didn't sound realistic, so they got like a generic child. So apparently, about 2 weeks ago, apparently somebody found the Seth Green audio from Mars Needs Moms.
Wow.
So yeah,
Seriously.
you felt like Mars Needs Mom needed more Seth Green. Wow. There you go. I mean, let's face it, he was.
I mean, the animation is just awful.
I know. I mean, you say the title.
And I don't usually say that, but yeah.
You say the title out loud, Mars Needs Moms, and yeah.
Yeah.
Is that on?
I mean, it's based on a book, you know, children's book.
So what? So what's the
I
point?
saw it and remember nothing about it except for that it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Assassin's Creed movie. I know it exists, but I don't. I remember I watched it. I remember nothing.
It's on Disney Plus if you want to watch it together.
That's a bad movie.
Huh?
It's on Disney Plus if you want to watch it together. I also got
Yeah.
I also got Unidentified Flying Oddball. Remember that movie? Nobody does.
I didn't even know about that one. The only oddball I know is from 102 Dalmatians, that sequel that the live-action 101 Dalmatians had.
I'm trying to look and see if that's on Disney Plus. Mr. Left Turn.
They should have 102.
We got a message here. Mr. Left Turn.
Hi, Lefty.
Oh my God. Social activity. Please don't leave me alone with them. I beg of you. Oh my God. It is on. Good
to see you in the audience.
It is on
What?
102 Dalmatians. It is on Disney Plus.
Nice. Yeah, Glenn Close was such a good Cruella. I loved her.
Yeah, she was really good. I mean, like, I'm not much of a Glenn Close fan, but like, she did good in that role.
I mean, I just loved the whole. She's reformed. Oh, goody! But then, like the Big Ben Bell just shakes her out of it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm back." It's like, how?
You should see what happens in the one.
It's reverse Pavlov.
You gotta see what happens in the Patches London Adventure. How she gets back into her sanity. It's so funny. Where she goes to an art exhibit and just sees a picture of a dot, just like a black dot on a white.
I think I remember that. That was the animated sequel to 101 Dalmatians.
I heard it's real. It's actually not bad. I mean, I haven't seen it for sure. But
yeah, I mean, as far as Disney directed movie series goes, it was pretty cool. I mean, they have the original, like the character that they would watch on the television, the Thunderbolt, that character, and they just gave him a whole character, which is neat.
Yeah. Oh my God, they got 10 Things I Hate About You on Disney Plus. That's pretty cool. You want to see a young Heath Ledger play
Wait, that's Disney?
Yeah. If not, it's
I did not know that was Disney.
If not, it's probably...
Or maybe one of like Disney's little branches.
Maybe it's Fox's or something like that. But yeah, if you want to see young Heath Ledger with fucking...
I've seen 10 Things I Hate About You. That's based on Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew, you know.
I didn't know that.
Is that before or after A Knight's Tale?
I think before.
What was that one?
Because he's in high school.
What was that one Shakespeare tale that was put into a film that starred like Amanda Bynes. What was that one?
Oh, I think that She's the Man.
She's the Man. Yeah, that was it. Where it's like,
I mean, because she was dressing up as her brother
yeah, like the spider's like
in
supposedly named
this
after one of the
story.
characters. There's like there's this guy, he has a spider, and it's like just named after like one of the Shakespearean characters, like really out of place.
Oh, I don't know. I just remember this scene from She's the Man where, like, the guys almost catch her because she has a box of tampons.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
these are like, why do you have a box of tampons? Like, they're for nosebleeds.
And then like several scenes later, she comes home and she's like, yeah, you know what, these things actually work.
Yeah.
My question is, can that work? Can tampons be good for nosebleeds?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. They're just cotton things.
Oh yes, and you've tried it, Bright.
Cotton works to absorb blood.
How would you know that, Bright? Have you been sticking
Yeah.
tampons up your nose? I'm not gonna go into that.
Yeah. I'm not sticking tampons on my nose because I never got nosebleeds, but yeah.
And we don't need to start a new trend for the teenagers.
No.
Okay, like, I don't know why, like,
Oh god.
I don't know why, like, I have no experience with tampons, but, like, I pulled one out of a slot one time, it just had this scent to it. I'm like, what the frig, man? I mean, like, you know.
I know some are scented. Those cost more. So it's like, what's even the point?
Yeah, what the heck do they expect you to do with that?
Mm.
I'm not gonna go too deep into
Some
this
people
thing.
like to smell nice.
I don't.
But,
What
else? What else? Nerdy things.
I have
Nerdy
an
things.
excellent idea. Let's change the subject.
So, I was watching movies these last 2 days, and I've been on a kaiju binge, and I was looking at my bookshelf back there
Yes.
at my movies, and I found I had 3 Godzilla movies. The one I've been looking at the most is this movie here, that I got at MegaCon called Godzilla vs. Megalon.
Ooh, Megalon.
Yeah, Megalon.
What kind of monster is he?
Okay, so to tell you whether or not this one was good or not, it was featured on Mystery Science Theater, so you know it's magical. So
Yeah.
the movie, I'm gonna see if I can remember this right. Right, Godzilla vs. Megalon. I'm gonna see if I can recite this to the top of me. If you guys know what I'm talking about, just let me know or something like that, because as you know, I'm kind of new with the whole Godzilla trend there. All I know is I told my dad I was watching Godzilla movies, like, yes, I've been passing a room, and all I've been hearing in there is, you know, it's like crazy. Anyway, so in this movie, Godzilla vs. Megalon, I'm just gonna set this here on my wine glass if it can balance.
No. Alex? Nope.
I feel like Peter Griffin trying to get rid of the bullfrog right now. Forced me to make a Family Guy. Okay, so this movie, Godzilla vs. So this movie, Godzilla vs. Megalon, is basically, it's what you get there. So what happened was, there's Earth, and there's these people underground that are called, like, underground people, or, like, mole people, I don't fucking know. And apparently, they're living underground, and up above, the humans are doing nuclear tests, which is literally disturbing them, and they're like, and so... yeah, they're blowing up there and everything is shaking around, you know? So, there's, rather than going up there and saying, hey, can you turn it down a little bit? But they send up a monster called Megalon to go and raise hell. So, it begins with this kid who's on, like, this dolphin boat that's invented by this guy. It stars 2 dudes and a kid. I'm sorry, what?
A dolphin boat.
Yeah.
Go on.
You have to see it. It looks really ridiculous. You go up there, and it's the human character is this little boy and these 2 dudes, who, and the dub. I have the dub in the sub version, right? And in the dub, the kid is like clearly dubbed by like an older woman trying to do a little kid's voice, and it's really, really bad. It's like completely obvious. So, the one of the dudes is a scientist. So they get back to their lab and they find it's been raided. So these guys are trying to capture this scientist who's inventing a robot called Jet Jaguar. I think who is this dude right here?
Jaguar.
Jet Jaguar. Who is a robot. I kind of need to get. You can't really talk about this movie without explaining. I did some research, and apparently, they were holding a contest for little kids, saying to design your own robot or monster or something, and he'll be in the next Godzilla movie. And lo and behold, that's how we got Jet Jaguar. It was during a time when like Spectre-Man and like Ultraman were like really popular at the time. So what happens next? So these people are kidnap the scientist, the little boy, and the other dude, and the people underground send up Megalon to go raise hell. So Megalon, he's like this guy, right? And he has like a bug-eyed face, like a horn of a beetle, and these wings that look like the tunic of Fred Flintstone. I'm not even kidding. You have to see it to believe what I mean. And he can shoot. It's basically what he can do is he can dig underground. He can fly. He has drills for hands, and he can shoot bombs from his mouth. So the people try and find.
Hands sounds like he never gives hugs.
Yeah, so the people are taking control of Jet Jaguar to try and lure the monster towards Tokyo or something. It's all confusing. Basically, I'm just gonna skip up ahead. They're able to get back in control of him, and apparently, they send him saying, "Yo, go get Godzilla, because shit's going down." So that's what he does. He goes finds Godzilla and comes by, who follows him there, and they just come over and they fight. The mole people see that they need help, so they call the Space Hunter Nebula, and they get Gigan from the last movie to come and help him. If you know who he is, he's basically like this like bug-eyed guy who has like eye rays. He can fly, and he also can he has 2 hooks for hands and a buzzsaw for a chest. Yeah, that sounds awesome. You should see
Again, but I'm not as familiar with the Godzilla monsters, so it's a good reminder. Oh no!
Oh, that stinks. Anyway,
As my grandpa used to say.
I'm pretty sure your boyfriend knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he doesn't have the earbuds in.
I mean, come on. You're
saying that.
Come on, Nick.
What?
You know who you have to know who Gigan is.
Gigan, yeah, because in Final War he has chainsaw arms.
Yeah, that's the best part. He has chainsaws for hands.
Yeah.
That's the best.
And then there's one he has hooks for hands?
I mean, technically that's
There's others where there's one that's hard to find where he's actually got like regular like little 2-clawed hands.
Yeah, like to be fair, the chainsaw hand one is actually called Gigan rebuilt, but yeah. So
Okay.
Godzilla and Jet Jaguar, who has the ability to grow really big, are fighting Megalon and Gigan. Megalon and Gigan. Mr. Left Turn says, the most Godzilla I've seen is Godzilla King of the Monsters and the AVGN Godzilla episode. I want to put up here, James Rolfe did a Monster Madness on Godzilla called Godzillathon, and it's very good. Like, if you want to see a quick review of all the movies, I would heavily recommend it. He goes through everything there, especially up to everything up to Final Wars, which was really good. I still have to see Final Wars because it looks really good. But so they win and yuck it up and they leave. Jet Jaguar walks away, and apparently Jet Jaguar has a theme song. Yeah, you have to look it up. It's the most glorious thing you'll ever hear. But if there's anything you've seen from this movie is, Cecil, how much of a Godzilla fan are you? Hello? Hello? Right?
Oh, there you are.
Oh, hey,
sorry,
what's up?
my Wi-Fi went out. And it looks like we have a Raoul. Cool.
Oh, Raul, what's up? How you doing, bro?
Not much.
That's
I'm
good.
doing good. How are you guys?
We're good. I was just telling him I just saw Godzilla versus Megalon, and I was telling him about probably the most infamous part in the movie. If there's anything you have seen from this movie, I don't know how much Godzilla Cecil has watched, but if there's anything you've seen from it, it's the infamous drop kick, where Godzilla is skates
Oh,
on his.
Like this one?
Drop kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. He like
Godzilla.
he has Jet Jaguar holding
Yeah.
Megalon like this, and then he backs up, jumps up, and he's like clearly like a thing being like on his tail. He just drop kicks him. It is the best. And they knew it was awesome because they do it twice.
My favorite like Godzilla move, that's just cheesy. I haven't seen the movie, but I know which one it is. It's the one where he goes.
Yeah, the random victory dance thing. I think that
Jig,
was.
yeah.
Who?
Godzilla does a weird random victory dance jig type
Oh.
thing. It's weird.
Hey, it's
That's
not.
funny.
Hey, it's not the weirdest thing Godzilla has ever done. I
Power.
mean, remember that one time where he flies home but with his radiation breath.
He flies home. So is it like teleporting or?
No, his radiation breath is like a jetpack.
Oh.
The-
So it's like a rocket path,
Yeah.
He
but
like curls up in a
with
little
an
ball, and then
Yeah.
he curls up in a little ball, and he uses radiation breath to fly. I like it because
Yep.
in James Rolfe's review, he apparently saw that in the DVD scene selector and in the scene, and they have a certain scene in the scene selection for that scene in particular, and the caption for the scene is something you don't see every day.
I actually have a box set collection that includes a bunch of like Godzilla vs. Destroyer, Godzilla vs. Space, Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, Godzilla vs. Mothra, Godzilla vs.
Yeah, I got
Mechagodzilla, and
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say the unfortunate 1998 US Godzilla.
That wasn't Godzilla. Anyway, but yeah, I got this double pack here of Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, which I also saw, and it was awesome. As well as it also has a Godzilla and Mothra battle for Earth, and I also got a Ghidorah three-headed monster. I'm sorry, Ghidorah. Sorry,
Kaiju. Have you seen Kaiju Big Battle?
I have not.
We actually got to see it live. It's wrestling in a wrestling ring, but they're all in like homemade
Monster
kaiju costumes made out of like costuming foam and stuff. And there's cardboard skyscrapers in the ring
Awesome.
It's
that you
so
can use as a
cute.
weapon.
I got so
It is
into it when
So cheesy.
last year I got so into it. He took me to see the Kaiju Big Battle, and it was just so fun.
Yeah, they were at MetroCon
Yeah.
the last couple of years, so we got to see them. And
Yeah, it's funny because
And you see these like outrageous monsters.
it's like that thing. I gotta see other monster movies. I mean, like one of the movies I've been wanting to see is like The Giant Claw, which is apparently on YouTube as a free domain movie. There's also like The Beast of
Giant claw.
The Giant Claw. Okay, right. What do you know about The Giant Claw?
I know nothing about the giant claw.
Oh my
other than
God.
It's like a machine that
Oh my God,
green aliens from Toy Story.
Raul, what do you know about The Giant Claw, the monster?
Hold on. I gotta look this up.
No, don't look it up. Don't look it up.
He's looking it up.
If you haven't heard of this, I'm gonna save you the trouble. If you
I also know Liar Liar Jim Carrey has Here Comes the Claw.
I was gonna say, okay, if you want to see, if there's anything I've learned from The Giant Claw, it's to go into it completely blind without seeing the monster. Which is gonna be hard because you're
On
probably
YouTube, you say.
yeah, but you're probably gonna see the thumbnail, but like it in the thumbnail, but like once you see it, it's like hilarious. The moment the monster comes up, you're going to burst out laughing. It's so funny.
I love that. Just,
we stumbled across another horrible movie that we haven't watched yet.
It's
when
hard.
we were
yeah, but
looking
just
for
the title
when we were
itself.
looking for the Screaming Skull.
No, there's a
it's
reason
called
why it's
Betrayal
called-
of the Screaming.
Oh, you saw Screaming Skull.
What?
Trail of the Screaming Forehead. We saw the caption for it. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
My God, giant monster
the
movies.
screaming forehead.
So you saw the Screaming Skull and the
Wait,
Screaming
River Planet.
Forehead.
We didn't
Yeah.
see the movie. We just
We
saw
just saw the title, and we're like, we have to watch this later. The Trail of the Screaming Forehead.
Yeah,
Trail of the Screaming Forehead movie trailer. Jesus,
Yeah.
Jesus God.
We
why
didn't see
is-
the trailer either.
yeah, we didn't see
We
the
just-
trailer.
I don't know about the. Oh my God, is that guy's head rectangular?
Good.
Let's watch the actual trailer now.
Yeah. Oh
We even
no.
haven't seen that yet.
Oh, apparently looking that up got me a link to the 1959 horror film Attack of the Giant Leeches. I gotta take a look at that. And a video that says 20 women's 20-year-old cyst finally gets popped. I don't think I want to see that.
No.
Oh my god, that's what it looks like. It looks like a fucking... Why did it link me to Smash Mouth's All-Star? Anyway, yeah, no.
What?
Rello, you were raising your hand. You have a question?
I have a question for all three of you.
Yeah.
Who has seen the Zack Snyder movies of DC from
Oh, the Zack Snyder? Like, you mean the Zack Snyder cut?
not the Zack Snyder cut. What I mean is like the Kevin Feige-ish Zack Snyder run of DC from Man of Steel to technically Justice League. Have you seen Suicide Squad, Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman?
The Birds of Prey. Does that count?
I saw Suicide Squad.
No.
I'm like,
Anything after Justice League technically is Jeff Johns and other people. The reason I asked is because I want
seen
to
Wonder
talk
Woman.
about.
Honestly,
The reason I because I want to talk about possibly in a separate video about who should people listen, I guess, more to, the fans or the studios always kind of have the right idea, which most of us know that's not always true.
it's kind of hard to me saying that subject.
Because, with the Zack Snyder cut, the fans went on that one, not the studio.
Depends on what they're looking at. I mean, like, I saw Man of Steel and I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like it, like, at all.
See the Superman movies that were made recently, or
Yeah.
the Batman versus Superman, or the Justice League, just didn't hear good things.
I did not like Batman versus Superman. The first half of it was incredibly so. The second half of it was so fast it's not even funny. The pacing was awful. Justice League, I couldn't even get an hour into Justice League before it bored the hell out of me.
Oh no.
The thing that pissed me off about Justice League is that they shot the movie, but then Joss Whedon came in and basically reshot the entire movie.
It's crazy.
Hmm.
I have to see what the different ones are. I mean, I heard one is R-rated and longer, from what I've heard.
Yeah, the Ultimate Edition Batman vs Superman actually kind of makes that movie a lot more better because there's several plot points that kind of explains, like, there's one plot point where Superman is framed for killing people in the village even though they were shot by guns. But in the Ultimate Edition, it shows they would burn, like, the bodies were burned to make it seem like Superman used his heat vision to kill them.
Yeah, though my thing is like
There's a lot of small things like that.
Well, my thing is when I was watching it, there's just, from what I've been hearing about Batman vs Superman, I didn't even bother watching that first of all. Like, from what I heard from that with Justice League, like, it's good, and then like it's got way too much CG in it, like within the.
Oh, you need to see the CG mustache cover up. You really do.
Wait, CG mustache cover up?
Where they hid his mustache with CGI.
Mustache.
Superman's. They hid it because he had a big burly mustache for whatever other role he was shooting. So they CGI'd it out, and you can tell. It is really, really badly done.
Would you say
That sounds like bad planning. Just like if you have a mustache for other roles that you're doing, and like, why can't you just like shoot just the full thing and then wait until you're done with that project and then just shave it off, and like it would cost a lot less than CGI. I imagine.
But that's the thing, because he was shooting Mission Impossible Fallout, and he was under contract with Tom Cruise and the director to not shave the mustache. And also, Henry Cavill wasn't counting on them reshooting the entire movie, because most of the time the reshoot, it's only like a month or two or a few shots here and there, not the entire movie. Because basically, they brought us Sweden, and it's like, get like the Avengers, go.
Yeah, it might make more sense instead of like CGIing the mustache away. It might make more sense to just like have it shaved and then just like have a fake mustache. I mean, Charlie Chaplin did that, and Groucho Marx did that. Like a fake mustache.
Hell, I did it in.
What's the big deal?
Hell, I did it in college. Just get some like. It's hard. It takes a while to put on, but like really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, you don't want to
Like,
piss off Tom Cruise.
Oh no, yeah, he has a
like
point.
CGI and,
No,
like,
he has a point there. You don't really. Tom Cruise is never a good person when he's pissed off.
What? Oh wait, Tom Cruise? Like he was doing that because Tom Cruise I don't get it.
Basically, Tom.
Because Tom Cruise
Don't
was a producer
throw
of
off the
Mission
Emperor.
Impossible.
Tom Cruise, don't throw off the Emperor.
Cruise control.
He just throws into cruise control and takes over the movie.
Cruise control. Second speed, very good.
Oh my god. Like, yeah, I'm trying to like find some other stuff there. Like we were just talking about there's this scene. Have you seen that Nicolas Cage movie, Vampire's Kiss?
No.
Vampire's Kiss.
We were just talking about
I
it earlier.
saw the beginning of it. I have to finish it.
Okay, there's a scene where Nicolas Cage runs down a sidewalk just yelling, "I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire!" like over and over.
No.
And
I just know the clip.
And apparently, for the longest time, I had a comment on there that said, "Well, granted, he's a better vampire than Edward Cullen, so you know."
Paul Rubens was a better vampire than Edward Cullen.
When was that?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where Paul Rubens was a vampire.
Paul Rubens was a vampire on Buffy the Vampire
And
Slayer.
really insane with vampires. Like when he what was it? Not 20 days, but 30 nights. The one vampire movie where they're all like in Alaska.
30 days a night,
Yeah.
where it's like in Alaska during that period where it's like 30 days a nighttime, so the vampires are all feasting and wiping out this whole town.
Oh no.
I didn't like the look of the vampires. The story was all right, though.
Yeah, I didn't see that movie, honestly.
But speaking of Nicolas Cage, apparently the Spider-Man EU is going to be doing a Spider-Man noir movie with Nicolas Cage.
It's funny enough.
Nice.
It's funny enough.
I liked him in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was good in the
Have
Spider-Verse.
you seen Mandy? The Nicolas Cage?
What was it called?
Mandy.
Manby?
Andy?
Yeah. Apparently it's like really... It's one of those roles apparently that you either will love it or hate it.
I tried looking it up, and all I got here was the scene from Nicolas Cage. Apparently a video of the man breaks Guinness World Records for time spent covered in bees. I got B movie, and most of the rest is just B movie memes. God, you ever seen that?
It's so weird how that Not the Bees clip is from a deleted scene. And it's more, it's got super famous.
Yeah, like,
I remember it being in the movie.
oh my god, Bright. I remember you and me, when we did our reaction to Fall Weather Friends, you actually pointed that out to me in the middle of the reaction.
Yeah? I forgot about that.
Yeah, you did. We were saying, I was like, man, it's weird that movie would have been like, that was actually an extra. I'm like, yeah, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, look who made it back in
I
one
forgot
piece.
about the bees, yeah.
How you doing, Cruz?
Hey, Cruiser!
Hello.
How you
Yes, your Lord and Master is here.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You know,
look how
just
beautiful
to
he
make
is.
the joke
Yeah.
here. Look, we don't need to go into specific details. I'm going to make it as vague as possible, but did you get back in one piece?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
So sorry.
Okay, did you tell everybody what happened?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Well, Bright already knows, but I didn't go into specifics. But like, I will. I didn't say it on stream though because of your privacy.
No, it's I already posted on Facebook. So it's out in the public now. So basically, I was hit by a car 2 days ago. It was a hit and run.
By that he means his car got T-boned.
Number or anything.
When you put it that way, just to make it clear, he means his car got T-boned. He wasn't actually full on directly hit by the car. He was just T-boned in his car. He wasn't like
And then yesterday, my mom and I get rear-ended.
Did the guy stick around?
Yes, this guy actually stuck around. And his insurance is going to cover it. So that's being taken care of. And that was in my mother's car, not mine.
Were you driving?
But it's like, are you? No. But I'm like, am I being punished or something? What did I do?
Punished. This is 20.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Christ. But yeah, so that's what happened. Was a little shaken up by the second one and a little twisted too, because I was looking at my mother when the impact happened.
TJ Gamer says says yikes. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with that. But what got me just the most upset was the fact that I'm explaining to my folks, how the crash happened, the first one. They still can't piece it together. Like I know you guys are not from my town, or you guys at home listening, but basically there is a plaza, like there are many are here in Florida.
Yeah.
And I was driving through, basically the entryway into a Burger King. I was driving through it, going left to right.
Gotta get your Whopper on.
Actually comes in and hits me. Exactly.
Gotta get your Whopper on.
And so it comes in and hits me. So my mom's having a hard time, painting a picture of this because it was the passenger side that was hit. And so we drive there, to the location. It's like, okay, so how did it happen? Like, I was coming out of the drive-thru. Okay, but why the pass? Because that's where the entry is. And then suddenly we go to the entry, and she stops like right before it. She goes, okay, so did it happen right here? I'm like, do you see damaged bushes right here? Do you see a knocked over tree? No, it happened over there. We're not going to go through.
There was a knocked over tree. What is this?
It's like, how are you?
Is your
well, no, there wasn't a tree wasn't knocked over, but I'm saying, if it happened here, there would have been a knocked over tree or something, Mom. It's like, how are you not getting this? And like, that's what was getting me the most frustrated, because I know I don't have like the best vocabulary, but I know what I'm saying is easy to understand, and they still don't get it.
Especially if she's there in person at the place.
What do you want me to do?
It's like, how are you not? It's like,
Cruiser, send me $10 and I'll make a premiere animation just demonstrating what you're trying to say here. Granted, if I can understand it.
Like a dramatic reenactment.
Yeah, so that's what happened with that. Little
As
shaken up. Yeah, I mean, definitely safe, but still a little shaken up. It's like, what the flying fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Bad day.
Yeah. So, so how are you?
Still waiting out, like, pandemic and everything. I'm so happy to have my computer back. This is the first time in 2 weeks that I'm actually streaming from the computer versus my phone. So that's good. And told Evan what kind of stuff we've been watching. Saw the Screaming Skull.
Yeah, you didn't get a chance to talk about that movie, by the way.
Yeah, no, the Screaming Skull was. I really enjoyed watching it. We were like ripping on it.
It sounds like a Rick and Morty episode.
The Screaming Skull.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh my god. If you want,
It'd be interesting if they had like a little reference there.
If you want a like abridged version of a Cruiser, Cinemassacre did a Monster Madness on it. It's really a bad movie.
Well,
Mystery Science Theater also did an episode on it.
The film broke. It was horrible.
I'm coming up on the. I'm coming up on the series finale of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I finished. I finished the play episode.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, if people were really bitching about that one Canyon episode because there's no callback, I'm going to say grow up. Grow up. Like
no callback to which one?
The Great Divide.
The Great
Divide episode.
The one that literally adds nothing to the plot.
Moving on.
One of the weakest episodes.
I didn't think it was bad.
Well, the reason
I love the fact that they don't go into it.
Well, Cruiser, the joke of the play was the Great Divide literally added nothing to the plot as opposed to all the other episodes. It's like literally the only episode that adds nothing to the plot. It's just a side stop. That's what the joke was.
Yeah,
it's nothing about bitching about it.
All of our fans love our show. They don't have any complaints. That's called the Great Divide in our fans.
Like, that's why people don't really like it. Like, in reality, the fans don't really hate all the episodes. It's just the fact that there's just one that just doesn't really even needed to be, that isn't really needed compared to everything else, which adds, like, an element from every single thing going into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the internet. People will maximize any argument they can.
Yeah. It's like, everybody hates their part in it, and Song is like, good effects, though.
What were you saying, Raul?
I was just gonna say I didn't realize that Dave Filoni, the co-creator of Clone Wars, actually directed a couple of episodes of season 1.
No kidding.
Oh, okay.
Clone Wars?
Yeah, he directed. I can't remember all of them. I do know he directed, like, I believe, both the last 2 episodes of season 1 or the last episode of season 1.
Yeah.
That's a show I need to get into.
Do that next.
Me.
And I thought it was a bit funny that Aang was complaining about a woman played him, and I go, oh, you would not be able to get away with that today.
I mean, Peter Pan for ages.
Yeah,
they had a woman playing Peter Pan.
Yeah, that's still
I
a
think
tradition.
that was what it was a reference.
That's actually a tradition that's done today. Today, still women playing Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but you're not getting my point, though.
I mean, they could get away with it today.
Yeah, man. There's like
No,
women...
I'm talking about Aang. No, you guys are not here. Just like my parents, how are you not getting this?
You didn't go into
Aang
detail.
complaining about a woman playing him.
Oh, you meant like
You wouldn't be able to do that today.
and like yeah.
Because someone will make a trans case out of it. And people go quiet now.
I don't think
I was
my
thinking,
Wi-Fi went bad.
okay.
It's like seriously today. If that were to happen, if a movie was about to happen and some dude complained that some woman was playing his part, the press would be all over his ass.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Said about your presentation of him, rather than just the woman.
You guys keep cutting out.
Okay, basically, I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying here. So, basically, but like the thing that was there, like, I actually didn't watch a lot of the third season of Avatar, believe it or not. I only saw like the ending and like parts of like after their failed attempt at. Wait, Cruiser, how far are you on season 3?
I just saw the play, so.
The play and the episode where Katara tries to kill the person who killed her mother, but she couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think I remember when I think I remember during the Toon Link saga after the Dr. Wolf incident. I told you about that episode. Like the thing is, I can relate to that episode very much. I'm gonna say up front.
You try to kill somebody?
Cruiser, I'm gonna tell you guys kind of a big story here. Okay. 2 years ago.
Yay, story time.
2 years ago, I had that incident with that bitch that broke up with me. When I was in work one day, I learned she finally got a Facebook. I saw it right in front of me, and I messaged Cruiser or it was either Cruiser or Jablonski. I said, she's got a Facebook now. You know what I could do right now? I could literally just post this link on my Twitter, say who it is, and she'd know how many people are pissed off at her. Because I'm just gonna say, if she ever does watch this, she doesn't even know that there are literally hundreds of people online that are fans of my work, that felt for me and would do anything to like know where to find her. But I didn't do it. I didn't want to stoop to her level. To this day, and it's been really hard for me to grasp of not doing that nowadays. Like it's like one of those moments where I still have my finger on the trigger and I could pull it at any moment, but just can't. So yeah, the blight with Katara.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
So the blight with Katara in that scene, I could 100%, well, 95% like kind of relate to it. The remaining 5 being like a different situation. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there and just hope that kind of explains a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so with all that being said, is Legend of Korra really not worth seeing?
I haven't seen it.
First
So
season was good. After that, it was.
What was that, Raul?
The first season I thought was really good because the villain was kind of interesting without spoiling too much. I guess the story was really good. And I thought they could have gone a few places, but season 2 was like, okay. There were some things I didn't like, especially towards the end, and then I didn't even bother watching season 3 and 4. That's at least my opinion.
Yeah.
So, who exactly is Korra anyway?
Basically,
She's the next
The next
Avatar.
generation. She's the next Avatar. So you know how Aang is the new Avatar, and all the avatars that came before him. So Korra is just the next one in the cycle after Aang.
Okay.
yeah, and like since
So-
the elements like rotate, that she's a waterbender. So yeah, I didn't see it, so I didn't see it, and I didn't really have interest, so I can't really complain about it. I do say that Steve Blum did a good job as the villain, though.
I will say the idea of a bloodbender is interesting.
Yeah.
I cannot watch
geez,
that. I can't watch those scenes again, man. I'm sorry, they're just so disturbing, and you can feel every movement. Honestly.
Yeah.
Metro Crime did a really great scene with the character of Amon, the Bloodbender,
Yeah.
for their anime chess match
He's a Korra character.
versus Finn
From Adventure
from
Time.
Adventure Time. And like get the bone cracking sounds and like using Ben as a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
And there was that one episode where Aang was always having a nightmare, so he decided not to sleep.
Yes.
And then suddenly we see Appa and Momo start talking and fighting, and I look at this going, Ninja Furry Wars.
No,
I love that part.
No,
yeah.
And it's like, I'm ready for you, Fire Lord. Not without your pan.
What were you about to say, Raul?
I was just gonna say I would actually be down for like a limited like series run of Appa and Momo Samurai Adventures. I would be down. Make it like Samurai Jack animation or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
There was a rumor there was going to be a mini series that was based on the life of Zuko, which I thought would have been a good idea. I would have liked to see like a more detailed story about Zuko's past and everything, but
I mean, if you want to carry on, like once you're finished with the Avatar Last Airbender series, check out the comics. There are some good comics that fall after the event
I do need to
of
mention
the
that.
show.
I do need to mention that Cruiser. The last episode. There is a book that follows the events of the last episodes. Which, if you want to see it, it's fine. But it does kind of the last episode kind of sets up something for it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there is a book that can. To answer your question, there is a book that continues what happens after the last episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I remember one of our colleagues, Silver Quill, he not even just Silver Quill, but Brawny as well. They both believe that this is after the quote unquote happy ending, and it'd be kind of curious to see what would happen. What would happen after that. At least that chapter is told.
Yeah, there is the only thing that's like in the last episode, it literally wraps up everybody's story. Everything is wrapped up. There's just one question that's never answered, and it's continued in the book. But there is a comic series, and I think there was a manga as well at one point, but I don't know if that went through.
I don't know about the manga. That's cool.
That would have been cool.
But when I was browsing Netflix, I was like, okay, Avatar, Last Airbender. And right next to it was the movie.
It's on it's on Netflix?
Yes, the Last Airbender movie is on Netflix.
Yes, next stream it's
and
gonna...
and I had to...
I was gonna say...
part of me was going...
Yeah, we're gonna come on to next week's episode on...
There is no Avatar movie.
Yeah,
I like what Raul's doing.
there is no war within Boxing Say.
Oh my god, Raul, you work at Harry Potter. You don't work at Men in Black. You have to use the Obliviate spell. Anyway,
Live action DVD? What?
I don't know. I don't know.
However,
I always thought
Netflix is still making their live action series of Avatar, though.
Yeah.
I am super excited for that.
Yeah, and here's my thing too, because you can make fun of M. Night Shyamalan all you want for the decisions made in that movie. However, there's one thing to give him a hard time about, and that is trying to condense one season into one movie. That was not going to work.
I mean, you do it for examples of other adaptations through the years. I mean, it didn't work for the Inkheart movie. It didn't work for like the Death Note. It didn't work for Series of Unfortunate Events.
Actually,
Dragon Ball
objection,
Work for Dragon Ball
objection,
Z.
objection, objection. Death Note was made into a live action movie too, in fact, and that was highly praised in Japan.
Oh, it's Japan. Okay, Japan knows how to do a good adaptation. I haven't seen it,
But like basically, the only way I could see it working is if it was actually put into 6 movies, like how the last Harry Potter movie, the last book was turned into 2 movies.
So basically, like
if they did like the Last Airbender Volume 1, Volume 2, then that would be the only way I can see that working.
Like Water Part 2, Water Part.
But so.
I don't know.
Yeah. So make fun of M. Night for all the other mistakes. Like the movie was doomed from the start.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even before they got him.
I don't know. I didn't really care.
It was missing a great divide scene.
Hello.
What was that, Raul?
It was missing a great divide scene in that movie.
Trying to speak here.
No, go ahead, Evan. I just want to, Raul to have a chance.
Well,
to speak
with me and M. Night,
we tend to have big booming voices.
With me and M. Night Shyamalan, I didn't see the last Airbender movie, but the only thing I didn't really praise about was that he's not that good a director most of the time. I mean, to give an example, by the way, Cruiser, you like hot dogs, right?
Yes.
It's a running joke. It's a running joke between me and him. We always get into arguments.
Yeah.
We always shout at each other's lungs outside, and at the end, we end the argument by saying, "By the way, you like hot dogs." M. Night Shyamalan's directed.
M. Night Shyamalan.
So bad.
I think when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan and his directing, it really depends, because a big budget thing like with the Last Airbender, no, but like I said, no one could have done that. However, he does do pretty good on smaller ones, like he did with The Sixth Sense, and while Signs definitely had its dumb moments, it was still
yeah, I like Signs. That was a good movie.
And there was some other movie, I think it was called The Welcome Home, where some kids were staying with their grandparents.
Oh yeah,
The Visit.
The Visit.
The Visit. That's it. That turned out. Yeah, I was told that turned out well. So I think M. Night he works better when he has limited resources.
Yeah. To be fair, that's true. A lot of artists.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I remember someone asked Kevin Smith if he would ever do a 3D movie, and he goes, "Dude, my movies are barely even 2D."
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me.
So he knows his limitations.
I'd love to see the reboot, the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
That's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. And Evan, why don't you actually give them the warning that you told me about?
You basically, if you're only gonna really like it if you've seen Jay and Silent Bob movies, or like any of the things in the what's the name of his cinematic universe?
I have no idea.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
But basically, the ending of the movie,
it's like
Evan sums it up like this: it had to end somewhere.
Yeah.
It's called the View Universe.
Oh, the View Universe.
Oh, View Universe, nice.
Well, that's the old one. His new one, circling around horror films, has not done well.
Yeah, I mean, everybody remember Red Town? No, you don't.
Is that the one? There was
Tusk.
There's one about a church that I can't remember. But there was also Tusk and then Yoga Hosers.
Yoga Hosers is great.
Really? Because that movie did terrible.
I loved it. I mean, the fact that it's his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter is like two of the main characters. Johnny Depp shows up and it knows that it's bad, and it just it wallows in it. It relishes it, and it's cool.
Oh yeah,
bad, but it is.
Hey, what about Cop Out? Remember Cop Out?
Nope.
Exactly.
I don't remember Cop Out.
It's like a buddy cop movie, and you only remember, if there's any scene you remember, it's just like they got this guy in the back, and he just goes knock knock, and this black guy in the front's like no, hell no, and his cop's like, who's there? And just it's a bad movie. I'll send you that scene later. I'll send you that scene while you're talking. Hold on. I'll send you that scene. You can watch it later.
And Tusk, I actually thought at least half of it was good because there's this huge tonal shift by the time Johnny Depp. But props where credit is due. When it got creepy, it was creepy. I gotta give him that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of Human Centipede in there without the assing.
I don't even want to remember that movie.
The closest I get to Human Centipede is the South Park episode.
I actually did see the Human Centipede episode. No, movies, all three of them.
There's 3 of them?
Yes.
Let's take them end to end, just like the Human Centipede of Human Centipede.
Oh my god.
I think their goal is to Land Before Time and use like 17 of them for no reason.
Well, the first one, Bright, you may be the pun queen on this one, but this one, no pun intended. But the gross out scenes were handled tastefully. Because like it was always implied you never saw anything.
Okay, so the imagination fills in the blanks.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean when I say tastefully, and nobody wants to imagine that.
Oh my god.
The second one was creepy. The second one was creepy. However, the ending was a cop out. Basically, the guy just imagined it.
Oh
yeah,
my
that is a
god.
And the third one, they said, "Fuck it, let's just go full throttle. Like, let's make this bad. Let's make it stupid."
Oh no!
And show all of the things. Yeah.
Yeah,
and they did bring up the South Park episode in the third one.
Yeah, I just can't watch. I just can't watch that movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That will be our cosplay for Orlando MegaCon.
I'm not putting my
movie is called Black Sheep.
No.
There's another horror movie called Black Sheep. No, not the one with Chris Farley. But it takes place in New Zealand and it has were-sheep.
Were-sheep?
Oh my god, I remember this movie.
It is delightfully bad. Or should I say bad?
Okay, Raul. So let's ask you this, Raul, because we all have our own guilty pleasure movies or shows. What's yours? Tell us a movie that you know is awful, but you find it so entertaining.
Ooh, that's I have to kind of think. If it's like a big budget movie, a guilty pleasure of mine are the Transformer Michael babies.
Really?
Oh, you broke.
How's that? Why is that?
The reason is because ever since the second one, me and my family, me and my parents have seen each one since the second one in theaters together. So it's been like a guilty pleasure of mine. Yeah, Transformers 2, 3, 4, 5, we've seen all of them, including Bumblebee, in theaters as a family. So it's just been a guilty pleasure of me and my family.
Yeah, I like Transformers.
One of it's like in the third one.
I actually did like Transformers 2. I mean, look at this. Steel pack. Just for me.
Okay, but Transformers, okay, that's, I actually I wasn't expecting that.
Ooh, it's a 2-disc, I forgot.
You and your family.
Look at that. 2-disc double feature with special features.
Nice.
You're like that little kid showing off his DVD collection, like, look, see, I got the special edition. 4 hours of bonus material.
In a tin case. God, I want to find Michael Bay.
Okay, well,
ask him to sign that.
Okay, well then, speaking of Transformers, Raul, Evan and I actually had a discussion about this a month, like maybe even a few years ago.
What?
We were talking about the Transformers ride at Universal and also the Spider-Man ride at Adventure. And Evan argued that they're basically the same ride. So with that being said, since seeing how you work at those parks, what's your take?
I would have to agree on it. It's the same ride because I even talked to people who work at boat rides. They said it's literally the same ride vehicle. And also, even though Transformers uses like a second floor lift to take you up to a second floor,
that's what I noticed.
It's almost the same, where someone catches you and then you go to the mini area. It's like, thank you for your service. Or, nice job. Don't give up your day job. Basically ends the same way.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
I mean, yeah, it is, but my God, they're both so fun.
Well, the,
I mean, don't get me wrong, they are fun, but
Yeah.
they're similar ride vehicle.
it's the Transformers movie experience, the one where the ride doesn't, where everybody at the end is just at the point of yelling, "Shut up and end!" Seriously, if I have to go through Transformers 3 one more time, I was like, okay, that's a cool first-person shooter shot. When is this movie going to end? Either end or show me Unicron. That's all I want. Transformers 3.
Actually, sorry, just I remember as far as guilty pleasure movie, Expendables.
Which one?
That's considered a bad movie?
Yeah, what?
For some.
The first
Kind
one?
of are.
With Sean Connery?
So it's,
Oh, that's the Untouchables.
No, the
Oh, I'm
second
sorry,
one.
Untouchables.
it's
I'm
my
sorry.
favorite.
I keep getting Expendables and the Untouchables. Like, mixed. I heard they're okay. I heard Expendables 1 and 2 are good. The third one I haven't heard much of.
I haven't seen any of the Expendables.
The third
I
one.
haven't really caught up on like most action movies.
I only saw one of them in theaters. I can't remember which one, but it had Chuck Norris in it.
That's the second.
The second one.
Okay.
It's a-
I remember there was actually talk years ago about doing an Expendables movie with action of the women of action films.
Nice.
So like Mila Jovovich or like that girl from Aliens. Then they want to call it the Expendabettes. Or the
Expendables, I
Expendabettes.
think it was supposed to be called.
Expendabitch.
That actually would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see a female.
That actually would be pretty cool to see.
You don't see a lot of girl action
Yeah,
movies.
and
You ever notice that? You don't see a lot like heavy
Yeah.
duty action movies with girls.
it depends on. I've noticed that, but it really kind of depends because I do know they had that one movie, Atomic Blonde, that didn't do so well at the box office.
Yeah. Well, that was more of like a
Yeah.
spy
That
movie,
did
wasn't
pretty
it?
well.
Wasn't that like more of a spy
No,
movie?
that she was basically a female 007.
Yeah, a spy movie.
I think it was more of like a female, like John Wick.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I didn't see 007.
I also think maybe.
Sorry, go on.
But and for one though, I think though because I'm open to the idea of that, but I just think you gotta you gotta be careful with the marketing because I have this formula that if you're marketing an action movie and you're bragging about how your star is a woman, then it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail.
I actually, sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, apparently I just looked up that Atomic Blonde is getting a sequel on Netflix and might potentially cross over with John Wick.
Interesting. Because like whenever you use diversity as a marketing tool, like that's when people know that you're pandering to them and they want no part of that.
Yeah, like it should just be a natural part. It's like you don't have to make it the focus. Just this is your character.
Yeah. So I would like to see an Expendables, with just with the women of action movies. That would be great to see. I know there were. I remember one person said they want to see Mila Jovovich because she did the Resident. And despite how bad those are, she was good. She did play a good action hero in them. So I can see her being in it.
I don't know why, but I see.
Michelle Rodriguez might be another good one.
Yeah, I don't know why. I can see Melissa McCarthy being in there for some reason, because let's just face it, she isn't an action movie star, but she's done technically more chick flick action movies. I mean, like The Heat, the fucking Ghostbusters, like.
You know who she would be? Chair guy.
No. Nope, Melissa McCarthy.
That's who she would be, the chair guy.
I don't know, Melissa
and then go, I'm looking at porn.
I don't know, Melissa.
That is still the best part of that movie.
Oh my god, yeah, you're there. You should see Melissa McCarthy. I saw The Heat one time with her and who was it? It was Melissa McCarthy and freaking who else was Julia?
Sarah Bullock.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was a good movie.
I saw that movie. That was good.
That was fun. Melissa McCarthy. She has like the whole weapons in her fridge and everything. That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah. Like I could see her being in it. I know she lost a lot of weight, so maybe her doing more physical action, it would be in the cards. If not, she can always be chair guy.
Yeah, I saw her in that, and then me and my ex saw Tammy, and we walked out in the middle of the movie.
That movie's just garbage.
Mr. Left Turn
Part
says
of me still wants to see the Happy Time Murders, but everyone's telling me the movie was just me.
Yeah, you don't want to see it. I heard from a lot of people
Happy
that said it was one of the
Yeah.
worst. I've heard from a lot of people saying it was a big waste of time. It really was. Mr. Left Turn said.
What happened to you to the movie?
Mr. Left Turn says guilty pleasure movie for me is Last Action Hero is a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It's just the cameos are.
Wasn't that with
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger? That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, where the kid gets the magic ticket from Robert Protsky.
Speaking of Schwarzenegger, or at least Schwarzenegger movies, there seems to be some con coming to Orlando in September called Fanboy Expo. No, not MegaCon, Evan. And they actually got the actor from Terminator 2, the guy who played the cop.
Oh, fucking...
Oh, shit.
What's his name?
Yeah, he's going to be there. Something Patrick.
I can look it up right
Robert
now.
Patrick.
I'm on the page
Robert
right
Patrick.
Yeah.
The fucking
He's actually going to
T-1000.
be there with Edward Furlong. They're both going to be there.
Oh my god! I wish I'm saving up money for a car and everything there. I can't remember. I want to get his autograph, but I can't.
And they're even doing a reunion of the Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Oh, I don't really.
What? Really?
I never saw that
Wait,
show.
does that mean Rob Paulson?
Rob Paulson is going to be there. Yes.
He is so cool.
I
I love watching him just be Rob Paulson.
I
now.
would
I
need,
love to meet Rob Paulson.
I would need him to finish up my Pinky in the Brain.
Raphael in the cartoon and
Yeah, I need him.
Donatello in the 25.
I need him to finish up that Pinky in the
I want you
Brain.
to go.
Autograph.
So do I.
photography.
That's what I have hanging on my. Yeah, that's what I have hanging up on my wall.
But no, I have to save up money for a car. So bad.
Oh my god, they got Steve
Raphael
Gutenberg.
scene, but as Pinky.
Steve,
All Raphael's lines as Pinky. I want that as a thing now.
Sorry,
And-
Raphael, what are you saying?
what were we saying there, Raul? Did you say Raphael?
I thought
Well, he's got the red headphones on, so red.
sorry.
He's Puerto Rican, not Italian. Okay.
Raul.
Bastardo.
Yeah.
But he was saying that apparently this con got Steve Gutenberg.
And Frankie Muniz.
Wow, that's a cool name in a while.
Yeah, apparently they also got Frankie Muniz.
Yeah.
The
I
rest
think
was
Steve
dead.
Gutenberg, it was like the poor man's Billy Crystal.
What? The poor man's. That is mean.
I mean, you look like Billy Crystal, or at least he did back in the day.
Fuck you. Anyway, like the poor man's.
I didn't know that was so controversial.
But yeah, I saw they had Frankie Muniz there. They saw they had Frankie Muniz there. I immediately saw Chris. I'm like, I thought Frankie Muniz died.
And I'm like, no, he's still alive. Like, he actually has a band now. And he does a lot of voice work. Like, turns out he was the voice of Chester from Fairly Odd Parents.
Who?
Chester from Fairly Odd Parents.
Really? Really?
That was Frankie, yeah.
Wait,
he played
but-
Chester, the worst player on the team.
Wait, the original voice or the new one?
The original.
Oh, it's from like seasons 1 and 2 kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you clearly knew
That
he
was
had that
him.
voice.
Cruiser.
Yeah.
I'm looking out on the Fan Expo page for the autograph tickets, but they only have like 3 people on here. Does that mean they will add the other people later, or
Most
I can get them
likely.
at the okay?
Yeah, most likely. Because if you and I end up going, Raul, and you want to split a photo with Robert Patrick, that's cool with me.
I actually saw they have both Robert Patrick and Edward Furlong for 150 if you want to split that.
All right, sounds like a plan. Bright, Cecil, I don't know if you guys plan on doing this as well, but that's something that you can do to save money at conventions, is that you all kind of pitch in for the photo op, and they normally allow up to 4 people. So that'd be like, like what, $75 each.
If it's the 151, for example, the Terminator 2 Duo is 75 for a piece. So let's say if it's 4 people, 150 divided by 4, $37 with 50 cents.
I did
Poor
shots
Evan.
and I didn't have to pay for it.
Well, no, I'll tell you.
McNeil Scott McNeil bought everybody shots.
I got one story for you though. I ended up stealing a photo with Zachary Quinto.
Oh, I love
from
this story.
American
I love
Horror
this
Story.
story. I love this story.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wait,
Star
you know
Trek.
Zachary Quinto in American Horror Story?
Yeah, he did season 2 and
Season 1.
both actually. I just know him from season 2 because I love that season.
Hudson,
But what happened was that I was living in Buffalo, New York at the time, and me and my friend Lisa, we heard about the Fan Expo in Ontario, and we wanted to go to this thing. And she buys a photo op with him, and so I'm keeping her company in line. It's a long line, and as Evan points out, long lines are easy to get through when you got someone to talk with. So we're sitting there chit chatting, and then we're getting closer. It's her turn. She goes through. They take the picture, and then they look at me, and they thought I was next in line. And they're like, "Okay, your turn." Like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." And so I go and I get the photo, and turns out there's a little barcode at the very tip of the photo where they have to scan it and your receipt to make sure that you got it. But then they get swamped by a horde of people, so I just ditch myself in the horde and leave. So I stole a photo. I stole a photo worth up to $80.
Congratulations, Cruiser. You got in an accident yesterday, the day before that, and tomorrow you're gonna have police banging on your door because you stole a photo.
And if you look at the photo, like Zachary, like he looks like he's on drugs or something. Let me see if I can get it. Because
let me tell you a story.
Since we're showing off photos.
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
Okay, it's back to us.
Looks like half our crew went back. And then there were 3.
There you go. Here it comes.
Okay. So here's the photo. Now look at me and look at Zach.
Yeah, he does look kind of out of it. Like he's
Zach looks like he's on another planet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's like,
oh my god, it's like he's like you ever seen those movies where the guy's like in distress and he's like doing something and like everybody around him's like he's like at a photo session, but like he's like, oh my god, I have to go be at this place tomorrow. What am I gonna do? I'm supposed to be making this thing for dinner, and like he's just still has that trance while he's just doing everything.
Flashback.
Sorry, if I saw him, his face was like that, I'd be like, blink twice if you're okay.
Yeah.
Raul, were you about to show something?
Yes, I have here me and N.T.S Strong.
Oh,
Wow. A good picture of N.T.S Strong.
And then me and Slade from the Arrow show.
Nice.
Oh. Were those on the same day? Because you're in Harry Potter.
Actually,
cosplay.
no. One was in Puerto Rico Comic Con, and then the other one was at Tampa MegaCon.
Okay.
Yes, the beautiful.
Decided to cosplay Harry Potter face.
Yes, I remember Tampa MegaCon. I remember how bad it tanked.
And actually, isn't that actually your uniform role?
No, that's just my my robot pod at the parks.
Because I do know you do wear a robe for when you're working the Harry Potter section.
Actually, no, that's only for the people working at the castle ride, the Forbidden Journey ride, and that's optional because it's kind of like your jacket for winter. But most of the employees just wear the sweater, the sweater thing, the sweater vest, and the black pants and the white shirt or cream shirt, if you want to call it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do you all take the sorting house test, or do they just pick one at random, like, here, you're a Ravenclaw?
It kind of depends on the sizes, because, for example, a lot of the regular size shirts, like for example, from smaller to larger, or can go from Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff. Sometimes a bit more larger, and I can't remember how it goes, but I know like some houses, you can try to get your size, but some sizes are really larger for some reason than others. So it just depends if you're lucky. Like if you can get your house, cool. If you can't, then sometimes you have to rush. Just like grab this, let's just go.
Yeah, Logan.
That is interesting, though.
I am interested because I've heard rumors that in Epic Universe they'll make a Fantastic Beasts area, but again, that's just rumors. So, but it'd be kind of cool if it's true.
The one thing that I actually am a little surprised about, as far as what Universal's got planned, is Pickup 7.
No, explain.
Pickup 7.
No, explain your story. Just explain the story. Go on ahead. No, really, go ahead, please.
Well, I just suppose, like, I do know that they got rid of, sadly, the Terminator 3D experience. Might be that there's a rumor, at the very least, that it might get replaced with something with the Bourne Identity movies.
Oh, it's not a rumor. It's already official. Like they have. Hold on, give me 1 second. I can show you guys a photo of it, but they already have the banners and stuff in front of Universal.
But why the Bourne Identity?
Yeah, is that still relevant?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go live here, and this is it. This is the entrance.
Okay, let's see.
Oh.
I miss Terminator 2
It says watch stream.
You have to click it.
All I see is it just okay.
Click on the watch stream.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it like a.
Yeah, it looks like. Have they said what kind of?
It's a stunt show, yeah.
It's a show ride. Okay.
It's kind of like following the events of the fifth movie, kind of, but it's like loosely, and it does have pretty cool things. I don't want to say too much since I saw it at a preview, and you know they have a lot of stuff, so I better not say anything to definitely not get in trouble. But it's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. Okay, Fear Factor is Universal, right?
But you are saying though that it's worth checking out though.
Yeah, it's worth. I'll be honest, it's worth checking out without saying anything. Because I was skeptical at first, because I love Terminator and stuff. And I was like, Jason Bourne really out of everything. It's like, and then after I saw it, even my girlfriend, who's never seen any of the Jason Bourne movies, she actually enjoyed it as well. So it's like one of those shows that, whether you're a fan of Jason Bourne or even not, it's a fun like stunt show because we do a lot of cool elements with the CGI and physical stunt work that makes you go. Like,
well, we can say one thing.
Okay.
We can all agree on one thing, despite most of us not seeing it. Still better than Fast and the Furious. Cruiser, I think I got a lag behind you.
Just telling my.
I got a lag behind you, and I was just sitting here going like.
3, 2, 1. Because I was just telling my sister about that ride because my younger actually wants to go to the parks, Universal. And she wasn't aware there was a Fast and Furious ride. She goes, like, oh, really? What's that like? And I go, you move slower than a turtle.
I would have just replied slow. I would have replied slow and loving. Slow and loving.
But she goes, is it like a screen thing though? Because like Universal's just cheaping out with all the screens. And to be fair, those are cheaper to make. I'm sorry. However, she is excited about the Hagrid coaster.
The Hagrid coaster is...
Try that one.
Okay.
And also the new Jurassic Park attractions.
Oh yeah, that I'm looking forward to. Say what you want about the Jurassic World movies, but the upgrades to the park look fantastic.
I see the Fear Factor show again because one of the guys I used to do Rocky Horror with is one of their hosts apparently now.
I would recommend, if you can, do the physical stunt show, and because it's actually a lot of fun to do.
For what, the Fear Factor one?
Yeah, and Universal, if you are able to do it, I recommend doing the physical stunts.
Why have you?
The way I want to do it is if the guy, like I said, like the guy I used to do the Rocky Horror Shadowcast with is one of their hosts, Mike Marin. The only way I would actually want to do the show is if he was hosting that day, because it'd be kind of fun to be on the same stage as him again.
Yeah.
When he did Rocky Horror, he was amazing on stage. He was a professional. He's a cool dude. And it'd be cool to show up there, surprise him, and be like, "Hey, we used to do Rocky together. Screw with me all you want."
I still remember before when they still had the disaster ride at Universal, they always asked for volunteers and to kind of show you how a lot of these Hollywood tricks are pulled off. And I volunteered to be one. And so Christopher's is up there going, "Okay, now one of you is going to die." And then the stagehand goes, "Oh, so sorry, Justin."
It's funny. I thought you said Christopher Walken was there.
He is.
Yeah, he was.
You get to be in a movie directed by Christopher Walken. If that doesn't sink you into how good that ride was, I don't know.
With The Rock.
With The Rock.
I mean,
Like, his name was Christopher, and he walked in.
Oh my god! Wait! I
oh
think
god damn it, bro!
I think I actually have a video. I was actually in that. I have a video. I think of me on it still, so I'll post it on Twitter.
Okay.
Yes, I have it. I have it. I'm gonna post it on my Twitter at MIBEvan if you want to see me in Christopher Walken's movie.
It's a bit of a shame that ride was let go. I mean, I get it. It wore out its welcome. The effects of movie makings have changed, but still, it was really an interesting attraction. And
Yes,
like right. Are you familiar with the Fast and Furious ride? Okay.
The Fast and Furious ride.
Here we go.
I hear its reputation.
Basically, you're hanging out in some party and the law is after you. There's some secrets. And if you're familiar with the Fast and Furious franchise, you know it's basically car porn. That's basically what it is. But, well, the vehicle you're on is not one of the vehicles from the movie. It's some weird party bus. Yeah, and it looks more like a golf cart if anything. And this road moves so slow, you can actually undo your seatbelt, get up, and walk around this thing if you wanted. And then so you progress through the ride, you're seeing some weird hologram thing, and then you're chased out of there, running through the streets of San Francisco or something. And
with CGI that makes the PlayStation 2 look like PlayStation 5.
Yeah, that's how bad CG is. They use CG escapes, they did not use real ones. And like the people are firing missiles at you. Really, all this been a party? And Vin Diesel grabs onto some helicopter that he's dangling from.
Same side, by the way.
Yeah, Vin Diesel and helicopter are the same side for some reason. And
Forced perspective or something?
No, I just think they fucked up.
Well, I get it. I think are they like chasing him because he's like a criminal or something?
No, but you have someone in your party bus that's like an informer or snitch, and the bad guy from Fast 6 is trying to get him or her.
I see.
Mm.
And that's when they pull a speed stunt and the bridge out, and you have to wreck the bridge at the gap essentially. And when you do that, Vin's like, yeah, Vin's like, ride or die, and then you land, and there's like this fake smoke that comes up. Shut up. And like I said, you move slower than a turtle on this thing.
It's the ride is so much better than Fast and Furious, and it's the same.
Yeah, basically, if you've seen those motion simulator rides, this is a bit similar, except that you're actually on a vehicle. There's screens, to the side and to the front and back of you. So it's basically like a 360 view.
It's
that's
like,
pretty cool.
It's like
so even in the back.
I can imagine the advertising. Hey, did you think the King Kong ride, the new King Kong ride, was bad? Well, we got something horrible, even worse. You know what I'm saying?
King Kong ride when it first opened. That was really like interesting. Just
It was not. I have
Yeah.
heard no good things about the King Kong
I mean, that
ride.
was around. That was
I enjoyed
around
it.
when last time I was there, did the King Kong ride was Back to the Future Day. I remember it was October 21st, 2015. So like that was like the grand opening.
What happened? Sorry about that, guys.
And the mechanics, putting it on the Kong ride makes more sense than Fast and the Furious. And sure, while it is still kind of tame, there's definitely parts to enjoy, especially at the very end where there's a giant mechanical King Kong.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
that's so good.
wait. Did they at least include the banana breath?
I don't know, actually, did they?
I've never smelled banana.
But what I like, though, is that as you're leaving, Kong is looking at you going, I'll let you go, but you should
For
be
now.
here. This is your one time I'll let you go.
Everybody gets one.
So if they... Exactly, everybody gets one. Okay, come on, shut up, you. So the mechanics of the ride were good. It was not appropriate for something called Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was like an indoor roller coaster that implemented, street racing, that'd be one thing. But
They could have also done something like Test Track.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
exactly. And Raul and I have talked about this. I think if they have to keep that particular setup, the best, but can't keep the setup. What I'm trying to say here: ditch the theming, but keep the setup. The best thing they should probably do is do a ride based on the triple decker bus from Harry Potter, which is right outside the Harry Potter attraction.
Yeah, I mean that would be good theming.
Yeah, in fact, it'd be good if you got on the bus there on the streets and then got out in the Wizarding Worlds of Harry Potter. That would certainly
redo the pathway.
That would certainly make way more sense. It baffles my mind that they thought this was a good idea.
I mean, how has it been around?
Only a few years.
A few years.
Yeah, and they have a speed pass thing or fast pass thing.
Yeah.
You don't need it for Fast and the Furious. No one's ever on it.
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen shots of the
And
party.
the other thing too is that. Go ahead, Evan.
Sorry, I think we have a lag behind me. I've seen shots of the party scene, and it's just everybody cramped together, like doing this. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like everybody do the not trying. Do the not trying, everybody.
You need to come time to like relax your feet and air conditioning Fast and Furious for you.
There you go. There's its purpose. I haven't tried Race to New York yet, though. That is something to try. I'm not expecting great things from it, but it's still there. Another time waste.
The Fast and the Furious is essentially a dry, lazy river.
It's
mean,
funny,
still
all this
rather-
talk of theme parks, it just makes me wish like you could go to one. It would be so cool. I mean, just going out in general.
Well,
And
one to you go to Universal is practically dead.
Yeah. Open though?
Yes.
And yeah, in fact, I was just telling Raul, my sister was asking me about night passes. I'm like, night passes? What are you talking about? Because my sister says she wants to go when there's no kids around, and Raul goes, "There's no kids around right now. Go."
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the only other option is going during Halloween Horror Night days, because most of the times they will bring their kids, at least in the morning, or try to bring them, but
That's
they won't
probably,
go by.
that's probably what my sister was thinking about, is Halloween Horror Nights. Which I'm hoping still happens. I missed out last year.
As far as everything is going, from what I've heard, it's still happening. They just might change a few things.
Mm-hmm. Plus, not to mention, my friend Kurt from California usually flies down for this. He'll usually come down for like a month, and he'll go to a new theme park every day while he's down here. And I'm like,
Maximize your time vacation.
and I'm like, Kurt, slow down. What are you doing, man? Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. I was supposed to see him when I was supposed to go to California, but because of COVID, the trip got canceled. At least put off till next year.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Mm-hmm. Look, and I'm not even sure if Seattle's going to happen now with the Free Northwest because only half of Seattle has gone into phase 2 of reopening, but not the half where that conventions take place.
Do you feel like we're at a point where, like...
When is the convention supposed to be?
Okay.
The convention itself is in August.
August.
Do you feel like we're, like, at a point right now where just, like, we know this whole COVID thing's a big deal, but at this point we're like... It's like...
It depends on who you talk to, I think.
I'm still, like, taking every precaution and stuff like that, going out as I have to.
I still have to wear a mask when I go to work, like a lot of places do.
Yeah, I know
However,
that. Yeah, I know
you're
that,
breathing
but it's like...
in, you're breathing in your ranky ass breath all day. Like,
yeah, it's actually going to be hard because apparently yeah, I can't tell that story. It's a little too private. But basically, the thing that's going on with that's like it just doesn't feel too normal anymore. I mean, like, I remember having a conversation with somebody saying like how how like when you look at technology and you feel that it kind of made a little bit of a jump now how everybody's looking at their phones right now, and now you look at everybody with their masks on. That's the best way I can compare it. I'm sorry if that's not a good one.
Yeah. I'm walking around the hospital and everybody's like a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah.
Fashion accessory.
Like, I was saying earlier, I went to Disney Springs earlier this week, and when I went there, it just felt wrong. Like, I'm speaking as a
Raul, what were you saying?
Okay.
I was gonna say I saw someone with an actual Sub-Zero mask.
You see, someone actually started making a Jason mask for like Jason Voorhees. I was tempted to get one so I could walk from the hospital, like, welcome to Camp the hospital.
Yeah.
That would have been nice to pull on patients.
Oh yeah.
Hey, question for you.
Especially
Yeah, what's up?
like horror films.
I went to a preview for Universal, and I saw a lot of team members that were wearing masks, specific colors like white, dark blue, and black. You heard anything as far as cast members are doing? What colors they're going to be wearing for masks?
I can't really give a good answer for that. They're gonna be giving us masks from what I've heard, but I don't know what they're gonna do. Honestly, man, I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Well, Raul, here's a question. Well, here's a question for you, Raul, because one of the things that I've learned about with Disney, and no, I did not learn this from Evan, was uniforms are always made specific for whatever part of the park you're in. So, and if you get caught wearing your costume in a section of the park where it's not supposed to be, you can get fired. Does Universal have a similar policy?
From actually Harry Potter. Basically, they made a rule that Potter stays in Potter, and nothing outside of Potter can enter Potter. To give you an example, during Halloween Horror Nights, the area of Diagon Alley is open, but nothing of Halloween Horror Nights can go into that area at touch at night as far as like projection lights. To give you an idea, there was one...
Was that J.K. Rowling's request?
J.K. and Warner Brothers. Like, to give you an example, there was apparently 1 year that a bunch of scare actors that, shaking people just went into the area and they were like, no. And then there was another year that I heard that a light was accidentally placed on the building during a preview, and J.K. found out about it, and then let's just say she was not a happy camper.
I actually think it's kind of cool that they give creative control to her, though.
Yeah.
Were you about to say, Evan?
Yeah, you actually want to know where that rule originated? Walt Disney, when he was in Disney World one day, he actually was on Main Street and saw one of the guys from Frontierland who was dressed as a cowboy walking around, and that's kind of what inspired him to make that rule. And it's been a thing ever since.
That makes sense. I mean, every land is like their own little world. So.
But I'll tell you one thing that never makes sense, and that's the final five.
What the hell's the final five?
Okay, welcome to the final five.
It's the last 5 minutes of
Welcome
the
to
show.
the final five, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we give our last 5 minutes of last minute thoughts, stuff, and things to come. Makes the world go round. Just say anything you need to. You got 1 minute, and since Raul doesn't know what this is, I'm going to make him go first. Raul, you're going to go up, 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 higher, higher. Your time begins now. Go.
Hello. Do I have to say my name?
No, just tell them what you're working on and what people can expect from you.
I'm currently finishing up a Scoob 2020 review. That should be entering its final post-production soon. I'm going to send it to Evan for approval to see if I have to reshoot it or anything like that. I'm also going to be working on possible discussion of the Zack Snyder cut and what that could mean for future films and future cuts of director's cuts of different movies. I'm also going to be doing a couple of reviews, maybe some game reviews and TV show reviews. And once everything clears up, I'm going to be shooting some short films with all these lovely folks.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So that's gotta beat that one right there, and whoever just pinged, pinged your last ping. Okay, so that's just okay. All right. Come on. Okay, there we go. No, I don't want to go to. Okay, so next up we're gonna go to Bright Idea. I hope your boyfriend's still alive. Begin.
Excited? Yeah. I'm really excited since I've gotten my computer back on Wednesday, or maybe it was Thursday. Like this week I got my computer back, so I was able to finish one of the videos that I've been working on for Bright Idea channel. So this week, expect to see it in your subscription feeds. If you're not subscribed already, check out my Bright Idea channel and subscribe for, wait for it, more Bright Ideas. And first, it's going to be on the Shaded Sight Studios website, so give that a watch first, okay? Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're good. You got the ticking down there. It's a better thing there. I guess we got to go to the other guy there. Go.
The other guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to get back to painting again because it's been a while since I could use the garage to paint. So.
Yeah, that would be nice to paint again.
Yeah.
Cruiser, go.
Okay, next week we have we're going to be keeping the Manos train going. We're going to be having the director of Manos on another nerdy talk show, Tanya Atomic, will be joining us for a special for exclusive interview. And just like last time, we will be giving away another signed photo. Just tune into our channel. We're going to be launching a video giving everyone details about it. And my friend Kurt has the audio for the next Hoof Rock. He's working on that. And then suddenly, once everyone has their vocals in for that, we can begin production on the next episode of Hoof Rock.
Nice.
Great, if you can afford it.
And that just leaves Evan.
They really got to do things now, huh? Raul.
Yeah.
Okay. My full determined point right now is I want to try and get the next episode of Mystery Brownie Theater, the sitting portion, rough draft, finished by Friday. I have been writing jokes down along the way, and I'm still trying to see what I can do. I'm doing stuff with Bright. Can't wait to do my our little practice website to kind of hone our skills a little bit. I'm also working on our short film. I just got working on my next phase right now of getting location shot out. And yes, so I'm working until I have to go back to work. So yeah. Well, with that said, welcome. That is the end of the show tonight. So I guess I can end it with this. I'm going to see if I can do it again without messing up here. If not, I'm going to have it immediately to get to credits. Okay. I am a mother pheasant plucker. I pluck mother pheasants. I am the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker that's ever plucked mother pheasants. Do not try and say that 5 times fast.
The mother pheasant.
That's the last thing I do.